Hi everyone, so I'm going to talk with you today on how to grow out your hair. I'm going to go through with you a couple tips and tricks that I have learned throughout the years about growing out my hair, and I'm also going to go through with you all of the products that I use in my hair as well, and what's good and what's bad for your hair. So I'm going to start out with going to the hairstylist. I know personally that I have an anxiety attack when I sit in that chair. I don't care who you are, who it is, how long you've been cutting hair, I still have an anxiety attack because some people can go scissor happy on your hair, and that means cut your hair however they want it and not how you want it. So basically when you're at the hairstylist, if you're truly trying to grow out your hair, you don't want to go and do anything crazy like layers or anything like that. Usually what I tell people is I try to tell them to keep it simple and grow out your hair just the way it is until it's completely grown out, and then shape it the way that you want to shape your hair. Reshaping your hair constantly over and over again is going to shorten the length of your hair. So personally, when I go and get a haircut, the only thing that I will do to my hair is I will get a really, really long angle just to kind of shape my hair a little bit around my face. But the one important thing that I have told people over and over again is to tell your hairstylist that you want to get a dust. And a dust is not a trim, a dust is not an inch off of your hair, it's not 2 inches, it's not even a half of an inch off your hair. What a dust means is you take off the smallest amount of hair possible. You can't even see it, but it's basically that much hair, not even, it's just a couple centimeters off of your hair, so that when you're done and your hairstylist has blow dried your hair, you're not even going to notice that you got a haircut. And that's what I like. After I go get a haircut, I don't want anybody to notice that I got a haircut, because that means my hair is shorter than it was before. And my whole goal is to grow out my hair, not shorten it. So I know you're sitting there thinking, oh, then don't get a haircut, don't get a haircut. You do need to get a haircut. And one myth that everybody has been told throughout the years is that if you don't get a haircut, your hair is not going to grow. And that's not true. Your hair is still going to grow even if you don't get a haircut. But the one important thing is that your hair is still going to grow, but your hair is going to shorten. And the reason for that is because when you don't cut your hair, you leave the split ends on the ends of your hair. And basically what split ends are, I'll show you. Now imagine this big piece of hair, this big chunk of hair as one strand of hair. Basically what a split end is the hair, that one piece of hair splitting apart. So if you pull the two pieces, it's just going to split that one hair in half. And that hair is going to die, and it is going to shorten, and one of the pieces is going to fall off, and eventually that hair is just going to get shorter. So going to get your hair cut and cutting off those split ends is really, really great for your hair, because your hair is not only going to grow, but it's going to keep growing, and it's going to keep its length as it grows, because you're going to be cutting off those split ends. So remember, when you go to the hairstylist, if you don't want anybody to notice that you got a haircut and you want your hair to grow, then tell them that you want a dust. D-U-S-T, dust. So moving on to washing your hair, there are a lot of things that go into washing your hair, a lot more than you would think. There are 2 things that are in most shampoos and hairsprays and a lot of hair products that are going to dry out your hair and also scratch at and damage your hair. And those 2 things are alcohol and sulfate. Now, sulfate is usually found in shampoos, and basically what sulfate is salt. And when you wash your hair and it gets all soapy and you feel like it's getting really, really clean, what the sulfate is doing is actually scratching at your hair like this. And scratching at your hair is damaging it. So you want to find a shampoo that doesn't have any sulfate in it. Now don't be confused, because there are 2 different things that both sound like sulfate. There is the plain old sulfate, and there is also the sulfonate. Sulfonate is okay, but the sulfate is the thing that you gotta watch out for and the thing that you want to keep out of your shampoo. So no sulfate. Now the other thing that's going to dry out your hair that's in hair products is alcohol. Alcohol is going to dry out your hair, which is going to leave more room for more split ends and less shiny hair. So you want to stay away from products that have absolutely no alcohol in them. Now, when washing your hair, you want to make sure that you wash your hair kind of almost every other day. If you can go longer than that without washing your hair, that's great. The natural oils that leave your hair all oily and dirty looking are actually really, really great for your hair and helps your hair grow. So if you constantly wash your hair every single day of the week, it's not good for your hair because you're taking out those natural oils out of your hair. So what I usually do with myself is I wash my hair every other day. My hair does get very oily very fast, so I need to wash my hair Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And I wash my hair every other day and I keep switching back and forth. Now, what I wash my hair with, I use two Redken products. I use the Redken All Soft Shampoo and Conditioner. Unfortunately, these do have sulfate in them, but they leave your hair extremely soft and smooth. I know that is going against what I say, but whenever I don't use this specific Redken, I do use all products that have no sulfate in them. So I use organics usually when I'm not using Redken products. So another great thing for your hair is definitely masks and treatments for split ends. I have a couple masks here that I wanted to share with you, and also a split end treatment. First off, the split end treatment is from Nexus, and this is called Pro Mend Split End Binding. I used this for a while, and I can't say that I did see a difference, but it's just a leave-in cream. You just put a little bit at the ends of your hair, and it's supposed to mend your split ends. But if you're not doing everything else to help your hair, then this product isn't going to work. Usually when you have unhealthy, dry hair and you have a lot of split ends and your hair is brittle and straw-like, your hair is in need of moisture. So using a conditioning mask is going to add moisture to your hair. The one really important thing that you need to look for when finding a mask is you need to find an oil that's moisturizing. The best oil that I have found so far in a mask is a macadamia oil, and I have a couple products here that have macadamia oil in them. I have this Hydrating Macadamia Oil Intensive Moisture Mask from Organics, and I also have a macadamia mask from the company called Macadamia. Both of these are really, really great and are amazing masks to use in your hair, and both of them really, really help my hair, and the next day when I style it, my hair is so smooth and so soft and extra shiny. Other masks that I use the Redken Diamond Oil Mask, and this mask has a lot of different oils in it, so this one's great too. I also have the Redken Smooth Down. This could be a mask, but it is also a treatment for your hair that you can put in just a little dime size while it's wet to leave in your hair. Another thing that's also great to keep moisture in your hair and to leave in your hair are a leave-in conditioner or just a plain old oil. These are both from the company Macadamia. This is a macadamia leave-in cream, and this is a macadamia heating oil treatment. So both of these you put in less than a dime size and you just leave it in your hair, and it will keep the moisture in your hair all day long. So using all of these type of masks and leave-in products are really, really great to lock in the moisture in your hair and keep it very shiny and healthy looking. Another thing that is really important when using masks, I like to use my masks at night and then leave it in until the morning, and then I wash it out in the morning. A hair cover is definitely really important to keep over your head so that the mask and the conditioner doesn't get all over your bed. So moving on to styling your hair, I know that a lot of you blow dry your hair, straighten your hair, curl it, crimp it. It doesn't matter. All of those things are adding heat to your hair, and adding heat usually means drying out your hair. So adding more heat is going to add more split ends and make your hair even more brittle and more straw-like than it already is. So the best thing to do is honestly stay completely away from those things. But I know that personally I can't, so I don't expect you guys to do either. But I try the best that I can to not straighten my hair and not blow dry as much as I can. So I learned to love my natural hair. If you're wondering, this is my natural hair that I have right now. Once I started really trying to get my hair really healthy, it turned into this beautiful mess here. But learn to love your natural hair so that you will stop straightening and curling your hair and blow drying it so much. But if you do have to straighten your hair, curl it, blow dry it for any reason, then I definitely suggest using a heat protectant. I have two heat protectants here, one that I really don't like and one that I do really like. I have the Chi Iron Guard, and the reasoning for me not liking this one is because it leaves my hair kind of sticky, and it's also like a liquid, and I don't like having a liquid because if my hair is dry and I want to straighten it, I don't want to spray this on dry hair. So this one I don't recommend. The one that I do recommend is the Redken Smooth Down. This is more for straightening your hair, but I do use this when I'm blow drying, straightening, or curling my hair. All you have to do is add a less than a dime size, rub it in your palms together till it gets nice and warm, and then you're going to apply it to the tips of your hair where your hair would mostly split and get extremely dry, and that is going to protect your hair from most of the heat coming from the straightener, curling iron, or blow dryer. Going to brushing your hair, what's really important when you brush your hair is to have a really great brush. I do know that there is a brush out there for wet hair. I think it's called the Wet Brush, and I've heard so many good things about it. And brushing your hair, if there are knots in your hair and you are pulling at your hair and you're being really rough with it, you're actually breaking the split ends in your hair and pulling out the hair in your head. And that's what you don't want to do. You want to be really careful when you brush your hair. So basically, one of my tips when you're brushing your hair, you want to hold your hair from the scalp and brush. And when you brush, you want to brush very lightly. And you want to start from the bottom and go to the top. So you're going to brush the tips, and then you're going to go to the middle, and then you're going to go to the top. And this is going to lead to a smoother brushing as well. And if you have get huge knots in your hair like I do, you want to especially hold it from the scalp and kind of just pick at the knot very lightly. So basically, these are all the things that you can do with your hair to help it stay healthy and grow naturally. Another thing that I will suggest is having a really great diet is going to definitely help your hair grow naturally as well. Having the right vitamins and minerals and everything in your diet is going to help keep your hair nice and strong, and it's also going to keep it shiny and very healthy. The key to growing your hair naturally is to keep you, yourself, and everything about yourself very healthy. So those were all my tips for growing out your hair and all the products that I use specifically to grow out my hair. I'm still a long ways from growing out my hair. I want it all the way down to here, which is going to take a while, but be patient with it and just do everything you can to help your hair grow naturally, and I'm sure that you will get there one day. I promise you. And I'm going to put down below in the description box everything that I mentioned in this video so that you don't have to go back and forth and find where I said a specific thing. But I'm going to put all my tips and tricks in the description, so look at that. And if you have any questions or comments about anything, then feel free to contact me through any of my social networks or leave a comment below, and I will be sure to get back to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Happy growing!